So quick update, we're now sitting at an insane 102 wins and 7 losses combined, right? So in this episode of Outsmarting Live Arena, I want to talk about another fundamental concept of team composition. So last time we covered the speed teams, how they're built and how they win by going first. But if one side goes first, the other side goes second. So today we're talking about go second teams and what makes them work, why they're terrifying when built properly, and how even free-to-play accounts can beat teams that they have no business beating on paper, right? So in my opinion, a great go second team has 4 core components. Number 1, a reviver / cleanser. Number 2, a tanky protector. Number 3, a disruptor. And number 4, 2 nukers with strong survivability passives, revives, or damage mitigation. In terms of gear, Go second teams absolutely love stone skin, right? Your reviver and tank are usually in a 2-turn, while your disruptor and nukers are often in the 1-turn stone skin. Of course, you can also sprinkle in some sets like the Pinpoint, the Feral, Mercurial, Bolster, as needed. And ideally, your disruptor is in Stone Skin and Supersonic, so that's giving you a chance to cut in and maybe just completely ruin the enemy's turn order, right? So even though we're talking about go second teams, it's important to remember that speed still matter, right? But resistance is also critical on your revivers and tanks. So you do not want to, maybe survive the opener and just to get chain CC'd anyways, right? So when it comes to survivability, prioritize the effective HP of your tanky protector and the reviver, right? And if you have a choice between the HP and the defense, lean more heavier into the HP stat. Just because there's simply too much ignored defense in this game for defense stacking to be reliable in the long term. Now, I'm just gonna maybe pause the live arena footage a little bit, and I want to go over here, right, to a screenshot that my clanmate had shared. And over here, as you can see, this is a live arena battle, right? Live arena matchmaking at its finest. Like, my clanmate is matched against rank number 1. The point difference is like 4 times. So, very balanced with very fair fight, right? And he's facing like a full-on speed team. Like, we're talking about +4s, we're talking about 6-star ascensions, we're talking about the booster is 500 plus speed and in Stone Skin, like, is absolutely disgusting, right? And this is some of the best speed team that you can come up with. And realistically, like, how are you supposed to win a speed race against 500 plus speed, like, and they're in Stone Skin? Like, you don't, right? So instead, what my clanmate decided to do, he fully commits, right, to a go second strategy. And this team is what I consider like the pinnacle of go second builds. Like, just maybe take notes here. Like, this team is so good. I'm jumping back to the live arena here while I talk a little bit about why this team is so good. Reviver. We talked about go second team needs a reviver. His reviver choice is cardinal. Likely 2-turn stone skin, maybe triple reaction, huge amount of resistance, right? Because not all revivers are created equal. Like, you got the Duchess, which revives with like no turn meter. It's kind of rough. You got a Noel's, which revives 50% turn meter, is better. You got the Marichkas. They revive with a 75% turn meter. It's very strong. And then you got the CV, right? 100% turn meter is excellent. Now, important to know, 100% turn meter does not guarantee the next turn, because turn order depends on ticks, speeds, and existing turn meter. The enemy could be overcapped at over 100% turn meter, so does not guarantee the next turn, right? So in comes Cardinal. Cardinal is unique. She revives the entire team at max turn meter. What that means is your whole team effectively gets to act immediately when she revives in speed order. So that's potentially 3 instant turns in a row. It's absolutely bananas, right? And that's why she is here as an epic even. Next we remember his choice of tanky protector was the Ultimate Death Knight. Ultimate Death Knight, very easy to build, 2-turn Stone Skin, 0 speed, triple reaction, just massive HP, defense, and resistance, right? Just a big tank. Any single target attacks will be redirected to UDK, and he does just a great job protecting your team and just soaking up hits. And crucially, also staying alive, because when paired with Wukong, he's a great combo. I'll get to Wukong in a second, but the next piece is the disruptor, right? His choice was Armand's. Stone Stain Supersonic, very fast. Even for Go second teams, you want to be very fast with the disruptors. And even got intimidating presence, I think, on the Armands, because you can't just completely give up on speed and not have any speed threat whatsoever, right? He's just here to stir things up, looking to cut in between maybe certain champion orders and just be annoying. That's what Armands does best. And then finally, you got the 2 nukers. You got the Sun Wukong and Embrace, right? Both excellent nukers, capable of dealing tons of damage, has built-in ignore defense, and crucially, both have passives, right, that can keep them alive. I don't think Wukong needs any introduction. It was once a free champion. The champion, the monkey, ruled the arena alongside the UDK. As long as one champion doesn't die, and that's usually UDK, the monkey will just keep coming back. 100% turn meter coming back. 100% turn meter. And guess, if he gets an A2 off on a low HP target, the entire opponent team just disappears, right? So that's the monkey. And then Embrace, HP-based champion, is harder to kill, has Stone Skin and Lightning Cage. And then when you swap into the second form, he has Revive on Death, he has Reflect Damage, he has Block Revive, just an excellent nuker in general, right? And I just want to maybe go back to the picture here just for a moment, because we want to see what happened, right? So over here, if we go to the next one, yeah, my clanmate actually won, if you can believe it, right? Against the number 1 team. Yeah, the Go second team actually beat Crypto convincingly too. We're talking about that speed team that was so insane, so disgusting. It's probably worth an entire mortgage, probably. And it lost to a well-built, well-piloted, free-to-play Go second team. I would like to think in these kind of situations, the other side, they're gonna be feeling salty, and they usually just leave, right? So we can't even see the results screen, we can't see the stats. But realistically, they play so many matches, these top players, they probably just want to go for a quick go next. So that's what happened there. And then I think maybe we can just jump back to the live arena videos here, and take a look at what's going on. Yeah, so I do believe my clanmate and Crypto, they meet up again at some point, and the Ghost second team beat Mr. Number 1 there again. So I would say yes, the Ghost second is a valid strategy, and speed is not everything in this game. And with the right go second setup, like good drafting, patience, I think even free to play accounts can take down teams that look completely unbeatable, right? And this is an extreme case study example, but I think so. So I mean, look, like we're now sitting at 102 wins and 7 losses. Rest of today's matches show like exactly how those wins and the losses happen. So let's jump in, right? Let's jump into the live arena and let's see what's going on here. Okay, so I think I lose this match, and I just want to go back here a little bit. I think this is the reason I lose this match. Okay, here. The nice is slept. The Leonardo we can deal with, right? I believe my Ileo can steal his buffs. The nice is asleep. He's got very low HP, or at least it looks like he got low HP. My chicken, who is full damage build, has lethal, has cascades, has increased defense, is basically a full nuke build, right? I transform. I use a skill that's supposed to counter nice that ignores block damage on this seemingly low HP nice. The nice does have crucially increased defense and this sheer damage with Leonardo, but let's just see how much damage I do, right? 34k. So the sheer damage takes half, so like we're talking about 68,000 damage from a full damage Gallius that's supposed to counter nice. Like, I guess the whatchamacallit, the 50-50 ignore defense mastery didn't proc. Brain fart here. But like how is that? Nice is the best arena champion, right? Makes me want to build Maria on this account too. And I think after this, there's no coming back. We just got Ileo left. Let's just speed this up. I do kill the Marushka again, but then they lock me out. And then Nice does this thing, right? Every time he does the revives. Okay. Over here, this player has a Nell. Nell hard counters buffs. I banned the Nell because Nell is very, very scary. He bans the Armans because if I sheep his Leonardo, he's gonna be having a sad time, right? There's nothing he could do if the Leonardo gets sheep. So good plan there. Over here, I don't really have a target. Everyone's in Stone Skin, and if I do the A2, he's got the passive from Donnie to protect his team. But I don't want to waste my turn, so I do the A2 anyways. I'm thinking maybe just let's proc the Donnie's passive. And it doesn't even proc. Like, his Leo survived with like a tiny bit of HP, so really a bit unlucky there. They boost, and now he's at full HP again, and we're having a bad time. I tried to steal the buffs off of Donnie. That didn't work. Leo's damage increases based on how many buffs there are on his team as well as the enemy team. And if you can take a look there, I had a lot of buffs on me, right? So that Leo was doing a good amount of damage, but maybe his thing didn't proc, but I would expect a good Leo to be doing more damage. Maybe I'm just used to having 4 turtles at the same time, but that damage seemed very low, very, very low to me, right? Yeah, over there I would be the full mythical team, but didn't get to record for some reason. let's jump ahead here to the next match. Not here, maybe. Okay. Again, we are in this situation where we are seeing Hilvy and Tormund. I consider these to be like annoying crowd control champions instead of damage dealers, because I still haven't met any Tormund that hits hard enough to impress me, right? So I banned the Empress because I don't think Tormund does enough damage, and I think I can take them. Over here, I think, I go for the Armand's kill. The little bit strange thing happened. Look at Hilvy's turn meter. Hilvy is at half turn meter. I kill the Armands and Hilvy gets an instant turn. Is there a relic that does this? I think there is. I forget the name, but I think there might be a relic that does this. When someone else on your team dies, the relic holder gets an instant, like there's a percentage chance. So that relic procced, and Hilvy gets an instant turn. Unlucky, right? But that's what happened there. There is a relic that does this. I will go for the strip. He gets sheeped. Yeah. Go for the strip, and then turn order matters, right? Put your sheep champion higher up in the turn order. Over there, she does the strip and freeze, and notice the strip did go through on some champions, but because my sheep champion is at the big, like pretty early on, is just behind Marius, so the strip went on Marius. Marius doesn't have sheep. And then went on a second champion, which is Fabian. Fabian has sheep, and the strip triggered the sheep, which then stops all strip and all the next thing that Hilvy does, which is freeze. So my rest of my champion are protected from both the strip and the freeze. Sheep is great like that. Counter is to have your debuffers in Wand of Submission Relic, right? But still, you're rolling like a 40-60% chance to reflect that. So we lock them out. The Noel are best to be built in high, and they leave, right? Because the Noel is locked out. It's best to be built in high resistance. It's going to be more effective. If they get locked out like that by my Fabian, which doesn't have the highest accuracy in any chance. Here is a very interesting team. The enemy opted for Sifi, Armans, and Shuzhen. These are like fast champions. I picked Calvalax last because I'm making him ban the Calvalax. He has to, unless he's got like one of those special builds, right? So he has to ban the Calvalax, and I'm thinking, what should I ban here? The thing I'm scared of is like maybe a supersonic Armans, so I think I go for the Armans ban. I'm debating between Armans and Shujin, because Shujin can boost the Georgid, and Georgid can one-shot someone even through Necro Protection, even if they have Stone Skin, right? Just like my Ileo kit. Georgid does way more damage than Ileo. So I ended up choosing to ban the Armans because I'm scared of Supersonic. And we go into the fight. Now, of course, they're going to be faster than us. They've got the better speed aura. They got a better speed boosting champions. Here, I'm looking at a turn meter, and I'm thinking my Fabian looks like is a little bit faster than enemy Sifi. So, but it looks like it could be around the same, probably slower than the enemy Shujin. So I want to kill the enemy Shujin and then try to lock out the Sifi. So I go for the Shujin, and the Sifi got the turn meter boost. The mastery on the support tree has that mastery. If your allies get critical hit, if they drop HP drop below a certain threshold, like they get the turn meter boost, right? Turn meter boost X2. So he actually jump ahead of the Fabian here. And this is the part that's really iffy, because she apparently gained so much turn meter that my Fabian is not at 100% yet. She does the revive, which goes to 100% turn meter. And my Fabian looks like is at like what, 97, 98? Sucks. And of course, anything that revives when the Fabian is on the enemy team gets a True Fear, but Sifi's passive has a, I want to say 50% chance to remove the True Fear. And she hits the 50-50, the True Fear gets removed, and the Shujin goes before before my Fabian. Even though, look at the boost turn meter text I'm getting, like crazy. Shujin goes before the Fabian, and then boost the Georgette, of course. Georgette is gonna do his ignore Stone Skin. I would hit Marius here. Just because Marius is higher turn meter and Marius could full wipe the team. Aileo cannot. So he goes for the Marius kill. That's just about enough to kill it. And then over here, if he gets another kill, he'll get unkillable. So I think he goes for AoE. The big shield I had protects me. So I go for the lockout. Does nothing versus Embrace. Embrace transforms and does the nuke, right? Crucially, Necrit is so slow, still under Stone Skin, and Aileo gained a stack of Stone Skin, right? So he's safe for now. And because of the Stone Skin and the block debuffs, he's immune to the sleep that Sifi is gonna put out. So here, Aileo is actually a pretty good counter to Embrace, because Aileo has a skill, as you can see here, the A3, that puts up a block buffs debuff. Why is that good against Embrace? Because when Embrace dies for the first time on second form, he's gonna put a block. He's gonna put a revive on death on himself. If we have the block buffs debuff on Embrace, he's not gonna put the revive on death on himself, and he's not coming back. So we're just short a little bit of damage here to kill him. If we could put the buff on him and kill him, like, that would be excellent. Not enough. The Sifi. Okay, here I'm risking it, right? Look at how low the HP Embrace is. Any excess damage is going to get reflected back to me, and Aileo does a good amount of damage. The only reason I'm doing this is because I know Sifi is still locked out. She doesn't have the revive yet. And I need to do this before Embrace takes the turn, because the block buffs debuff is only one turn, right? I need to do this now. I do have a big shield on Aileo still, so I'm thinking maybe I can survive. So I go for the ally attack on Embrace. Survive with just a sliver. That one was, the A1 did too much damage, and it reflected so much that it ate through the entire shield and almost all of Aileo's HP bar. Here, if I didn't have that one turn block debuff song, I may have lost. Sifi can just sleep me and then revive the next turn, and it's a bad time, right? But now she can't. So she is doing her thing, and I A1 her. So this one was a very, very close match. I did not expect the Shujin to get one shot and it comes back and still able to go before my Fabian and boost the Georgette, right? In hindsight, what could we have done? Maybe we ban the Sifi. Yeah. If there's no revivers, whoever we take out is same as block revive, right? Over here, I've got the Aileo, Cavalax, and Marius combo that I like. And of these champions, I think the biggest threat is gonna be the Siegfried. He's just hard to kill and does a lot of damage. So I opt to ban the Siegfried, especially if they have something like Lamasu, they can, or Shujin, they can buff Siegfried significantly, and then he goes in and then gets like a hit on low HP target, maybe Fabian or Calvalax, kills him, and the splash damage can actually kill through Stone Skin, right? It's a very dangerous champion. So I banned that. He banned the Calvalax because he's got 2 speed boosters, of course. Very few like super fast speed boosters are also in like Stone Skin and Furo, right? So he bans that. As we can see, not even his Empress is in Stone Skin. Like, this is someone who is so confident that they're gonna win the speed race all the time that they didn't put their Empress and didn't put their Crexia in Stone Skin. You almost never see this in Live Arena because there's just so many things. Calvalax, Hegemon, Necre Ailil, like, what are you gonna do? Like, I just ate 3. Yeah, this is why you never see this. You can have a speed booster, or maybe 2 not in Stone Skin, not in Furo, but you can't have Crexia, you can't have Empress not in Stone Skin. That's unacceptable, right? So Ailil did this thing, whole team gets wiped. Pretty sure he leaves, right? Yeah, there's nothing there. Yes, old nemesis, nice. Nice. Arbias and Commodus is an excellent combo. You boost, you do increase accuracy, and then Commodus does the bombs, right? And then he's got a booster, a disruptor. This is and then nice Siegfried, 2 hardest to kill with their passives and does a ton of damage. So this is a tough team. I think because of Commodus, do I go for the Zifi or do I go for another disruptor? I'm thinking here. Oh, I go for the chicken because I want to leave Nice in. Chicken kind of counters Nice and also kind of counters Siegfried. Chicken has a skill that ignores block damage. And over here, since I have no Zifi, I think I want to get rid of the bombs, right? Because if he bans the Necrit, it's game over. Like, he would just go first, bomb me, and yeah. So he didn't ban the Necrit, he banned the Lockout, my fastest champion, and the only speed lead that I had, right? So over here, I go first. I take out the Armans, who is the most annoying. Arbias goes. Boosts. Now, if I were him and the Armans is dead, boost here doesn't do much, right? You look at it and everybody's in Stone Skin. Like, why boost? Your attackers are gonna hit into Stone Skin and do nothing. So I would try for the other skill that Arbias has, which is the strip, and put a revive on death on everybody, just to try to strip some Stone Skins. So I think that's a misplay on the opponent's part. Here, the Siegfried can try for the AoE and just get turn meter back, I think. Yeah, okay, look at that. AoE and gets boost turn meter times 4, he's almost full turn meter again. But still, like, everyone's still under Stone Skin. I think Nice went for AoE, which I don't agree. Like, I think... Oh, no, he transformed. Okay. He transformed. I really don't agree with that then. Because now you don't have that, like, cheat death thing. I think he wants to put up his block damage as soon as possible. Because he doesn't want my Marius to one-shot him. Like, Marius could do the triple hit plus the Soul Reap to one-shot Nice from 100 to 0, right? So he wants to prevent that. But this is going to trigger my counterattack. And he does that. Also triggers the Siegfried passive, which makes him go. And Siegfried ideally wants to do his big nuke at this point, but again, everyone's still in Stone Skin. I haven't taken any turn besides Ailil yet, right? So he's got no target. I think he has to A1. No, he used the big nuke into Ailil, the most protected champion, for some reason. Second misplay here, I think. Does revive on death? Fine. Over here, earlier I checked, they don't have whatchamacallit, they don't have polymorph, so the worst thing that can happen is I do the A3 first into A2 combo, I get a wand proc back to me, but I still have Stone Skin, so I'm protected. I do the A3 first, and I actually get a stun. Oh, nice. Like, really, really good, right? I do the A2, strip everything. They had revive on death, so they come back alive. I do the AoE, I take out everybody besides Nice. And right now, Nice is turbo boosted. When he has dead allies, his stats gets boosted a lot. I do not believe my chicken has enough damage to one-shot the Nice. I don't think so. Yeah, we do maybe like 70% of his damage, and actually proc the Resurgent Mastery that Nice removed the debuff on himself, the stun debuff. So yeah, and he does the AoE, which stuns my Marius. Over here, I want to protect, right? Ally attack does nothing because he still has block damage. I'm just banking that the Nice is so boosted right now that he is fast. Oh, I actually have two champions stunned, so really not good. I'm hoping that the Nice is so fast that he'll outrun his own buffs. So I put the protection on who I think is the best chance of killing him, which is Marius, because the chicken doesn't have the ignore block damage anymore. And I think that's the third mistake, right, if we're counting. Why are we heading into the Marius who has a neck crit protection that I had just put on? Like, hit someone else. Hit the neck crit, hit the chicken, right? Like, but yeah. And then the chicken does his big nuke. That was that. Like, this is not a low ranking player. This is not a player with bad champions. Many mistakes in a row, right? Maybe playing for too long, just autopiloting. But sometimes, like in Live Arena, you gotta think why you're taking certain actions, and these mistakes cost them the game. So that's what happened there. Again, we are facing some of our favorite mythicals, Siegfried and Nice. Siegfried and Nice, of course, a lot of block damage. I take the chicken. Over here, this champion, I think if someone else dies on his team, this champion does like a strip and a CC skill. So pretty annoying. But what I could do is I took out his speed lead. So the rest of his champions don't look super fast, right? I took out his speed lead, and he took out my neck crit, which means my Ailil is not boosted at the very beginning of the battle, but I have Sifi. My Sifi is for sure faster than this champion, at least I'm hoping. I can buff, and then my Ailil will be boosted again because I'm getting a lot of buffs, and then I can go from there. So that's the thought process there. And we go into the fight. I look at his speed. I'm just a little bit... Sifi is just a little bit faster, so this champion is actually very fast. Very fast. But Sifi just edged it out by a little bit, so I do the boost. And then Ailil, because I got so many buffs, turn me to boost, I go next. And I don't want to kill anybody. Like, I want to kill the Georgid, but if I do that, his passive is gonna proc. Like, I've met maybe a couple times this champion, and I kind of know what it does. So I decided to take this one out first. And then, of course, because he doesn't have that champion anymore, is out of tune. And I did a boost, increase speed with my Sifi, so my Marius goes next. I do the nuke here, and I think that's game, right? Yeah. So when you do the triple nuke, the Nice is gonna transform. Even if the Nice dies, like the Marius receive the fact that one mythical has transformed, so he's gonna counterattack. So you see Marius actually essentially did 4 hits in a row. That's why Marius counters mythicals so hard, right? And he strips these nasty like block damage. Lightning Cage can't protect against Marius because his is actually not a strip, it's a decreased buff duration. So does very well versus Siegfried as well. So yeah, it's a nice team. But we got that. Over here, I think I've got a control team, Harmons and Fabian. And he's got 3 revivers and a Carnage. I don't recommend using Carnage as your only nuker, no matter how strong the rest of your team looks, because Carnage is best single target, and his best skill is in Form 1 with the block active, block passive. So he doesn't do that much damage. Like, he just doesn't do that much damage. I do not recommend using only Carnage as your nuker. That's why I banned his other nuker. I just closed my eyes. I was like, okay, you're stacking too many revivers. I'm going to deal with them, but I'm going to ban your other actually threatening nuker and just leave Carnage because I don't think Carnage can do enough. And that was the pick and ban. Now here, he's got 3 revives, so no matter who you hit is bad. I actually want to hit the Carnage, right? And just let him start using his revives. So I hit the Carnage. I do lockout. I increase cooldown on the Galathier, which is unheard of. Like, Galathier are usually so high resistance that your lockout does nothing worse than. This Galathier, what's going on? Like, why are we not resistance stacking on Galathier? I think that's game because he's locked out. Yeah, he's locked out. And then I just start nuking, right? See here, the Sifi actually had a sheep. Like, if we can just over here take a look at the text. Polymorph, right? Sifi had polymorph on. And notice I didn't even check. The reason is because Aileo has so many buffs, you have to pay attention to what Aileo has. Look at the first buff Aileo has. That's the icon for pinpoint. And this is the reason I don't check if they have polymorph or not. Because my Aileo is protected, right? If they do have a polymorph and it procs on my debuffs, the pinpoint is going to protect my Aileo. And Aileo does a lot of things. A1 steals all buffs, irresistible. A3 does the block buffs debuff. So he is a sheep magnet, and which is why I built him with pinpoint. So over here, I don't even check if they have sheep or not. I just do the A1 because I know I have pinpoint, right? So I'm okay. The sheep, they have a lot of sheep. Procced on the Fabian, it's fine because that's not the key unit here. Over here, I try to ally attack the Galathier. Galathier won't die because of his passive, Eternal Beyonder, but he does the balance HP thing, and Sifi's HP is lower than him, so that's why I went for that. And Sifi is petrified, so I think I go for Galathier, right? Yeah, I go for the Galathier kill. I lock out again, and that's that match. So yeah, I think the other nuker was very threatening. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, if you only see a Carnage as their only as their secondary nuker, ban the other nuker. Carnage doesn't do enough on his own. He just doesn't. That's gonna be like a pick ban win for you. Right, we're on the alternate account now. So over here, obviously different kind of strategy. Mostly go seconds with like, maybe I like to pick 2 disruptors, and then the tank is gonna be Marichka, who also acts as a reviver. Here, look at what the enemy picked. He picked Calvalax and he picked Nishak. One is poison, one is bomb. I know what they're gonna ban already. And that's the middle champion there, Marichka, right? That one hard counters his last 2 picks. So I know what he's gonna ban. And over here, I'm thinking I had to fight versus the bomb and the poison. And I won't have Marichka. If they go first and Arbiter boost and let the Nishak do his bombs, all my champions are in Stone Skin, they're gonna die, right? So I know that he's banning Marichka. My best bet is to not have their Arbiter, like ban their Arbiter, and be in this situation where if their Fabian is faster than me, like he can lock me out, my Crixia should still be faster than a Nishak. I could transform and do the block debuffs on myself and protect my team that way, and then the next turn I can reset their skills. So that's the thought process. And in this team, the highest threat is Arbiter, right? The highest threat is Arbiter, so we ban the Arbiter. And then I pick my best speed aura, because there's still a chance my Crixia is faster than his Armans. It's usually not, but there's still a chance. And I think what's happening here is, yeah, to my surprise, my Crixia is faster than his Fabian, right? The Armans, I know he's not in Stone Skin and Funeral, so when I saw the Calvalax there, I just knew he was going to be a sacrifice, and we're going to fight 3 champions versus 4. And I think that's fine with me, because if I ban the Calvalax, I would lose. If I ban a Fabian, I would lose. If I ban the Nishak, high chance of losing, right? So I chose the best one for me to ban here. And I do the lockout. Crucially, I lock everybody, even the Siegfried, which could potentially weak hit. Here, I don't want to AoE. Why? Because if I AoE, the Siegfried still has his passive. If everybody dies, he's going to transform and everyone's going to be in block damage. It's going to be a bad time. So I A1 the Siegfried. Get his passive to proc, and he's locked out, so he only has A1. And now only 1 turn on the block damage. So I'm just gonna do the big smack, and yeah. That team was took a little bit of thought, but have to identify the key unit to ban and win that way. Here, I'm seeing one of my favorite champions to go up against, and that's Sifi, because I've got specifically 2 champions, which he took one of them, Armans and Fabian in Supersonic, and I also got Queen of Hearts. Now, Queen of Hearts, if enemy team puts up 10 buffs, Queen of Hearts is going to get an extra turn. Sifi, by herself, puts up 12 buffs on the team with her boost skill. So, yeah, hard counter Sifi. Either Sifi has to A1, or she's just gonna have to suck it up and do the boost, and hopefully if they're in protection gear, gets the protected block debuffs and be better that way. So Queen of Hearts actually does super well versus Sifi. And I saw the intimidating presence on Armans. I'm hoping maybe he doesn't have a Stone Skin, but realistically, the Calvalax is there to, make sure that they're not too fast, right? So that maybe my Fabian can cut in. So over here, it is in Stone Skin, the Armans, but they're not very fast, and they're not in Stone Skin. Like, this is unacceptable in Live Arena. You can't have Marius, you can't have your, whatever, Ashnar, that nuker. You can't have them not in Stone Skin. Even if you're so confident that you're going to go first, you just can't. Or you have to ban Calvalax. Like, how can you leave Calvalax open, right? You're just trolling at this point. Yeah, opponent left the battle. Over here, what I'm seeing is, okay, another situation here with Carnage, but he's got a Odin as like a secondary, like a 0.3 nuker, I like to call. So I pick Maria, who can go through block damage, right? I think he's gonna ban the Marichka. He doesn't. He bans the horse, Marius. A lot of people don't think Maria does a lot, which, you know, she's single target, right? Not the best, but let's show why we bought from the market Maria 6-star soul. We saved so much and bought the soul, invested so much. Let's try to show why that is. So yeah, supersonic hard counter Sifi. Watch what happens when she boosts. She wants to make the Odin go next. She boosts. She gets 10% turn meter to her team. I got boost turn meter times 4 times 4 times 4. I got 24% turn meter from supersonic. Cut in, right? Lock them out. Pretty sure the Odin goes next. Yep. Does nothing. Now, the lockout actually took out Odin's block debuffs. That one wasn't protected. So I could go for like a second lockout and try to strip Stone Skins, but I went with the A2 on Crexia, which puts a block buffs debuff on Odin. So now Odin can't get his block damage and transfer it to everybody else, right? Like, that skill is super annoying. Here, I think I try to speed up. If I do the other skill, which puts strengthen and shield, look at my Maria. My Maria right now is perfect. She's got 3 buffs, exactly 3. I need my buff count to be in multiples of 3. If I do the other one, I will be at 5 buffs. I will be screwing myself. So no, always be counting your Maria's buffs. Why? Because now I can open with A3 and immediately grant an extra turn. See, extra turn, and then I kill her, kill the Odin. But Odin died too fast. I didn't get the 3rd hit in, and that reduced my chance of getting another extra turn, right? Which is fine. Like, we can't always get lucky. Here, complete misplay, I think. Why did the Embrace not transform? Like, Embrace, unless it's like a full support build Embrace, even then, like, it just, you're locked out. What are you gonna do in Form 1? Just transform to Form 2, even if it's a support Embrace. Like, I think that's a mistake. Over here, I noticed that this Carnage also doesn't have the block debuffs anymore, so I petrify him. Yeah, Fabian is so annoying. Do the lockout. I heal everybody. I do the ally attack, hoping to drag in Maria to kill the Embrace. I don't. It's fine. It's like 1 in 3 chance, right? So right now, the this is the 3rd turn. The A2 will do Omega damage, and I'm super scared the Embrace is going to transform, swap HP, and just mess me up, right? So I go for the Embrace kill. Why don't I kill the Sifi? Because the A2 does lockout, and lockout doesn't do much versus Mythicals because they can just transform. So I have to choose the Embrace, and it will lock out the Sifi, so Sifi won't have revive anymore. So this is the only correct choice here to target the Embrace. Target selection did 400k damage. Sifi now could sleep, but you can't sleep a Fabian. I would have tried to, she went with a heal, So go with a less than 50% turn meter target to heal his Carnage. But like the heal is so small, why not try to like, I don't know, sleep the Marichka or sleep the Crexia, which are both above, right here. Both the Marichka and the Crexia are above 50% turn meter and can be slept. Yeah. Went for the heal. Strange. So here I'm thinking Sifi can really mess me up. I hope I didn't do the reset skill. I did the block debuffs, right? Because if Sifi just sleeps my champions non-stop, that could be a big problem. Okay, yeah, I did the right one. I even got a sheep. Got a sheep on Carnage. Like at this point, it's over, right? No coming back for Carnage. Carnage is not one of those champions that can 1v4. It's there to usually as like an annoying champion. You need another real damage dealer to do a lot, right? Yeah, so not scared of Carnage. This match, I'm seeing the Commodus and an early pick Marichka. When they see like these bomb champion pickers, they see Marichka, like that's one of their hard counters, right? If they have Marichka, usually they like to first pick Marichka and then proceed to go with the Nails, the Commodus, the Volcanos, and stuff like that. So here, I am fairly certain that he's gonna try to ban my Marichka, because if you don't ban that, why do you pick Commodus, right? This is the same thing. Like nice players and Commodus players are very, very predictable. If they see nice players see Marius on the enemy team, they ban Marius. If Commodus player sees Marichka on the enemy team, they ban Marichka. So knowing that he's gonna ban Marichka, if I let the Commodus through, like I can't lock out the Commodus because he's a mythical champion, and chances are I'm not gonna be faster, or if I was faster, I might not be able to sheep the Commodus because a lot of them builds in pinpoint or total guard. So I have to ban the Commodus. So this is one of those situations where the opponent have to ban Marichka and I have to ban the Commodus. So yeah, as predicted, right? That's the bans. So in these pickup bans, like very important focus. There is a champion that is the correct ban, and there's a champion that they must ban, and if they must ban that one, then you must ban that one. Like you have to think a couple steps ahead, right? Ridiculous. Like, why is my Fabian going before the Arbiter? Not well built. Having issues. Here, I don't go for the steel turn meter. Reason being, chances are there is a Wanda submission on the enemy team. If I do that, I might get stunned. And then also, the biggest threat on the enemy team is the chicken. The chicken is Force Affinity. I could weak hit and not steal his turn meter, which will be terrible. And the other reason is, once chicken transforms, he's immune to all CC. That includes sheep, so I can't sheep him anymore. So the correct move is to use the sheep on the chicken and ignore everybody else. Even though they don't have stone skin and it looks juicy and I could still turn meter, get extra turn, and then sheep. No, don't do that. Just sheep the chicken right away. Or you'd be trolling. So yeah. Here the Galathier is thinking, if I cleanse, doesn't do much. If I A1, does nothing. There's no revive. So the Galathier is thinking, should I risk it? I think that's what he's thinking. He wants to go to second form. Now Galathier on second form, if he strips everybody and does the block active, is pretty good. But again, Stone Skin is 50-50 and Galathier is actually a strip. I got Lightning Cage on Embrace, so actually pretty hard. He needs to hit two 50-50s in a row. He goes for the gamble because there's nothing for him to do on Form 1. I would have stayed in Form 1 just for reference. But he goes for the gamble. See if it pays off. He can't do the stun, right? The stun does nothing versus Fabian. Arman stunned, I don't really care. And then the other two are in Stone Skin. So he has to do the strip. And he took too long thinking, I think. The timer ran out. And he did the stun anyways. Misplay. Another misplay. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta watch for the timer as well. You only got 15 seconds. You have to think fast what you gotta do. Here I petrified the Niamhi. Reason being, if Niamhi is petrified, her passive with the block damage thing doesn't kick in. So very, very important if you're in this kind of situation, target the Niamhi, right? Okay, so I get the extra turn. I transform. I nuke. The block damage, see, because she was petrified, it doesn't go on herself. It's still procced, and it went on the other champions. Now, I think it didn't go on the Arbiter because of turn order. So it protected the champions after her, right? Again, why turn order is so important. Niamhi should be very, very top in the turn order. But sometimes you don't want to do that because then you're inviting counters, right? You don't want to show it too early, but you also want it really high in the turn order. This one of those first world problems for Niamhi players. Here I noticed that the block damage is not protected, so I went for the strip trying to nuke them down. It didn't, and I know he only has the strip and block actives now. If he does the A1, it actually triggers Marius counterattack, so he can't do the A1. He has to do the strip. Let's see. He cannot do the A1. That's a huge misplay. So he has to do the strip. Yeah. Do the strip. I control the chicken. I block revive the chicken. At this point, it's game over. Yeah. It's a good team, but there were some misplays, right? So over here, we got a lot of Galathiers. I'm seeing. Okay, what is this? First of all, I judge players that has this icon, right? I think I talked about that. Also, where's your... You can't just bring one damage dealer. You're just, challenging me. Can I beat you? You have, non-stop sleep from two champions. One is irresistible, and then, a whole bunch of stuns, and, lockouts, and then more lockouts and things. It's so annoying to play against. So you're thinking, I have to ban one of these and leave your nuker. No. If you challenge me like that, I'm gonna ban your nuker and I'm gonna beat you. So I was mad at this. So I banned his nuker. And let's go in against the most annoying control speed team that this player has put up. And see what happens. So his first champion is the Lady Mikabe, which, if you transform, it triggers a Marius. I wouldn't transform. She does the ally attack. But there is no damage dealer. Look at how much damage it did to the Armans. You just, trying to tickle me to death? I even proc my Wanda submission. Is Sifi is supposed to sleep the Armans, but Armans reflected back. So here you're gonna lock out. Yeah. Here he's gonna transform, which triggers Marius. Come on, Marius. Okay, I kill the Fabian, but I also get sheep because I put Enfeeble on, and they've got 6-star polymorph. So polymorph procs. And here I would do the strip, try to get rid of the Stone Skin. He does do the strip, but it doesn't get through the 50-50 and the lightning cage for Embrace, right? So now I'm having a good time. He's used all his CC. My champions are sheep, but my Embrace crucially survived, right? I even ally attack with sheeps and I get my champions back. Excellent. Here I attack the Sifi because Sifi has annoying. I transform and I nuke. He doesn't even allow me to nuke. He knows he lost. Come on, like why? Why would you do this? Just pick 2 nukers, please. Everybody, Live Arena, please. 2 nukers. It's not like I can't win. Like, you challenge me like this, I will ban your nuker and I will beat you. Okay, over here we got our trusted, nice Siegfried, Galathier, and Nell, and a 6-star Armand, right? Just nasty, nasty team. And he banned my Marius. Again, Marius hard counters, mythical, makes sense, right? Nice player, remember, nice player. They see Marius, they ban Marius. Okay, so there's a chance we could go first. If that happens, is excellent, because going first against Nell is very important. Fabian is weak of affinity against everybody on his team. So I'm here, fingers crossed. I get 1 weak hit. The weak hit is on Armands. So not great. Not great. So I know his Armand still has skills. I attack the Armands, doesn't die. My Maria is actually faster than his Armands, which is crazy. Like, why would... Which is crazy. Okay, A3. If enemy HP is below 66%, A3 will do splash damage to them. So if you're looking at the team, enemy team, and right now you have 3 buffs, you want to use A3 because you're going to get an extra turn when you do that. And the Word of the Fallen count as extra buff, by the way. So three of those little squares, that's 3 buffs. You want to do A3, but don't do it on Armands, even though you want to kill him. He's below 66%. I hope you can tell. Like, that's under half, so it's definitely below 66. Do the A3 on somebody else, please. And I'm an idiot. I did it on Armands, which I don't think it matters anyways, because the A3 also strips first, and Armands has sheep, has polymorph. It stripped his buff, and he polymorphed me. So really unlucky there. And Armands now has his all his skills, right? Right now the biggest threat is my Empress. I will try to sheep the Empress. Expect every Empress to have 1 of submission. That's just the reality. Like, there is no cascades for HP based nuker. Their best relic for Live Arena is the 1 of submission, right? You want to sheep me? Reflect it. So I transform, and I think I go for the AoE nuke because I know I'm not gonna kill everybody. There's a sheep. I can't kill the sheep twice with this skill, so I go for the AoE nuke, knowing that the Siegfried won't transform and then revive everybody. And also, you can't one-shot the Knights with a single hit AoE, right? So over here, the Knights comes back. He doesn't die to Necrosis, even though Necrosis does percentage health, like it did a lot to him. He's gonna do the block damage now. Yeah. Then over here, Knights usually has 1 submission. You don't want to target the Knights. Also, they've got like all kinds of boosted stats. Here I want to get my fear on the Knights. So I choose a target that, yeah, if I get the petrification on Siegfried, his block damage falls off. So weak affinity, 65% chance for this to land. It does land, right? And there it is, target change. So nice HP based nuker, 1 of submission. Like, expect that every time, right? The true fear reflected back to Fabian. So here I think I boost. Here I do the block revive. So now Armands is never coming back. He got sheeped. All the damage went through though. All the damage went through. And yeah. not enough damage to kill through sheep, even though it's a 2-hitter with Embrace. And his Nice is so fast, right? So here I'm hoping if I can drag like ally attack and 1 in 3 chance if I can get Embrace in, it will kill the Nice. But everyone is so low, I went with the heal. Okay. Slow down the Nice a little bit. I know the Siegfried right now doesn't have the passive anymore and doesn't have the block damage. So I think I go for AoE, but before I do that, I want to maximize my damage. If I know this might be the last turn, I'm not saving that swap anymore. Why not get an additional 10% ignore defense, right? So I swap first and I nuke, and that's that fight. Okay. And then over here, very, very standard opener, Fabian, Embrace, Marius. The most common picks, right? 6-star Galathier. We're in for some fun. This team, if I have Crexia, I actually can afford to leave the Fabian in. It doesn't hurt me too much because I've got Marius 81 is still good. Embrace is a mythical, he can transform, and Crexia can always reset, and Crexia is high resistance, so I'm not the end of the world. Like Leonardo and Donatello, if you see this combo, the most important aspect is Donatello. If you can afford to ban Donatello, I still get scared, right? I think he might ban my Crexia. If that's the case, it's really bad. So I went with a Fabian ban. But if you can afford to, like maybe they don't have Fabian, maybe they have something else, and it's not as high threat. If you can afford to, if it's 4 turtles, you ban Donatello. If it's 2 turtles, you ban Donatello. Like remember, ban Donatello. That's the key unit when it comes to turtles. Yeah. If you have used turtles, you know, like you're having a hard time if Donatello gets banned. So there you go, that tip. Here I start. I go first. Obviously, I'm not gonna do the Steel Terminator. There's only Harima, also weak affinity. I think I go for a sheep on Leo. Great. Lockout. There's nothing for Galathier to do. On Form 1, he's locked out. He tries to strip. He does strip some buffs, but crucially, the Stone Skin got protected from Lightning Cage. So over here, I know I'm not going to kill anybody because Donnie is still there, and Donnie has that passive, right? So I kill nothing. Oh, that counter attack did so much damage. It was kind of ridiculous. And he locked out both of my other champions. Bit unlucky. He did the ally attack. It killed the Embrace, but it didn't do that much damage. Like the reflect part, not enough to kill Leo. So it was just the right amount of damage. Very, very, very lucky. Over here, I think I push Terminator down because I have that mastery on Armans that can push Terminator down a little bit. I know that the Harima is gonna go anyways, even if I push Terminator, so I push the other one back a little bit. Here, I think is a mistake because my Embrace already uses passive. He doesn't have the Revival on Death anymore. If I were him, I would sacrifice the Harima, attack the Embrace, and then those two would trade, right? And then I would try to have the Galathier switch back to Form 1 and revive. And then, like on my team, unless he kills the Marichka, I don't have a nuker anymore. So he doesn't attack my Embrace. That's a big mistake. I cleanse everybody. I put the most important thing against the Leo, the block buffs, debuff. So now he can't get If he gets healed and goes back to 50%, like he can't get that stone skin anymore, right? And then I do the Armand's thing. I steal turn meter, I stun, I push back turn meter, I swap HP, and I'm looking here like who do I want to block revive? I think I want to block revive somebody. Apparently, Donnie's passive never got procced. This is the first time it got procced. I was surprised. So it saved Galathir here. Yeah. And I was hoping to drag the Embry. Yes, I don't get it. Here, I try to protect myself against debuffs. And I sheep the next person who is not already stunned, who's going next, right? Which is Harima. Over here, he can't swap just yet. I'm fairly certain he has to A1 one more time. Yeah. Please drag the... No, I don't get it again. Please drag... Okay. That, see, my Marishka took an extra turn. I've got the 18% extra turn set on brain fart. It's late, but it's 18% extra turn chance to get a extra turn, and I hit that, so it finally dragged Embrace. Finally. And I do the nuke. I think that's it for this match. Opponent leaves, right? Okay. Over here, we've got, what is this? Turtles, Predator, and a Reviver, right? Oh my gosh. Everything is blank at this point. Do the lockout, do the turn meter steal. A 50-50 for Predator to dodge attacks, any kind of accompanying effects. So he dodges, does the counter attack. Over here, I do the fear. That's another debuff we're trying to apply to him, so he counterattacks. I transform. I do AoE. Dodges again. So he's hit many 50-50 in a row, right? Pretty lucky. Over here, I'm thinking I'm going to sheep him. Another 50-50 one. So this is the thing with Predator. If you hit the dodges, you're like a godlike champion, right? But over here, I do the nuke. He doesn't hit this 50-50. Not a great champion. So it's really like, can you hit the 50-50? If you do, great champion. If you don't, not very good, right? So inconsistent. Yeah. If you're okay with that kind of play style, like flipping the coin all the time, hitting the dodge, not hitting the dodge, then maybe that's a champion for you. Just not really for me, right? Over here, I think the 6-star... No, I went with the lockout. I left in all the mythicals in. I'm thinking I could see against these really revive heavy, like Siegfried can revive, Marichka can revive, that Theo can revive. The counter is block revive. Queen of Hearts has block revive, Embrace has block revive. So if we can somehow get like a block revive in, they're never coming back, and it does a lot versus these like loop revive kind of team, right? Always sheep the chicken. The chicken, a lot of them, they're banking on getting to the second form, which is immune, so they don't put the wand of submission, and they put like something like cascades on the chicken to do more damage versus nice. So chicken is a good target to do the sheep. Here I think we strip everybody and we increase cooldown, but there is a resisted. I think Theo resisted, right? Over here, I do this on the Siegfried. I think in hindsight, I should have done it on Marichka, because Siegfried still has passive. He's not gonna die to this. Yeah, I think I should have done it on Marichka. That was a misplay. I checked, they have 6-star polymorph, so I don't do the fear, and I go straight to second form. I try to kill the chicken, but chicken is very tanky. And because nobody died yet, I don't get a double hit, so didn't do enough damage. Really sad right now. And yeah, the Theo is a high resistance build, resist the Crexia lockout. So not looking good right now. I still have the stun and steel Terminator. And the chicken did have one on submission, so we got somewhat lucky there. Probably hit the 60% chance versus the 40 on the first sheep. Over here, I do the block buff debuff, and we get sheeped. Of course, they have a 6-star sheep, bound to happen at some point. There's debuff heavy. The Theo is thinking there's nothing much to do in the first form. She wants to do like some disruption on the second form. There's like some protected. Oh, he wants to do the sleep, but I have one submission on my Embrace, and the Crexia is really high resistance, so didn't work out great for him. And now here I think I go for the nuke, and there's aspect of Serath on Marichka, which a lot of times can be really good if you're like fighting into like a Georgia and they want to target a Marichka first, or fighting into like a Siegfried and they want to do the big nuke, and then they hit like a aspect or Serath and nothing happens. So usually really good, but in this case kind of screwed him. It was not good because now Marichka is not dead, and I need to be patient. I need to get the block revive on Marichka. I do. I sheep the chicken again, even though I know there's a wand there, but it's just the correct thing to do. Now here, yeah, there's not much. I'm trying to cycle back to my Embrace, hoping to get some stuns and do the nuke. Yeah, so that was a very, very good team, right? Mythicals, Marichka, Revive Loop, has wand, has high resistance. It was not easy, but we managed to get it done. So I think that was a good win. I don't see this champion almost ever. Quintus. Nobody really picks Quintus, right? What does Quintus do? Like, Quintus can one-shot someone like Narcissus, like someone with a maybe like a Siegfried, like someone that has a massive passive that blocks them, but you just almost never see Quintus, right? And he doesn't have stone skin on 2 of his champions, so he got the poison on them. They're gonna die. Yeah. Here, there's only 2 champions left. If I kill the Quintus, the Siegfried is gonna proc. He's gonna change into second form and revive everybody. That's a bad time. So I need to be very, very careful not to kill the Quintus. I petrify him, so it's like, stop doing stuff. And now I'm trying to kill the Siegfried. I did have a single poison on him. If I can get him to take a turn without killing him, he actually will die to poison without proccing his block damage. But it's Embrace turn, all of his skills does damage. I'm afraid it's gonna kill the Quintus and then proc the Siegfried. So without much good choice, I try to see if A2 can kill the Siegfried. It does not, and I now have to hit the Siegfried, right, and proc his passive. Yeah, Siegfried gets feared crucially, so we boost, and we're just trying to not hit that Quintus. Now we know that the Siegfried doesn't have block damage anymore. Yeah, and the poison did its job. So if they die at the same time, it's great. If Quintus dies first, it's gonna be a bad time. So over here, very speed heavy team. Queen of Hearts counters Marius, right? Marius puts up a lot of buffs. Once the buff counter reaches 10, another Maria player, so good to see in the wild. If the buff counter reaches 10, like Queen of Hearts is gonna take an extra turn, right? As a Marius player, you have to know this. And the initial buffs at the beginning of the battle counts. So look at these stone skin, look at these block debuffs. These are counting towards the 10. He doesn't have, he's got a Furo on the Arbiter, so it protects against Calvalax. My Calvalax is a wasted pick here. This one is slightly lucky. I got a wand proc over there, so didn't get anything, and the strip doesn't strip the Queen of Hearts, right? So 50-50, I won the 50-50. He doesn't know that the Queen of Hearts is gonna get extra turn, I feel like, because you almost never do this A3 first into A2 if the Queen of Hearts is on the other team. Like your Mary is just straight into A2. So he did the A3, proc Queen of Hearts extra turn. I do the fear. I mean, I could have done the ally attack too, but I don't think it will one-shot the Marius. So I do the fear. He procs the fear, and then my Chrono Cube procs, so I go again, and I hit it Marius. At this point, it's game over, right? They leave. So that was that battle. I think this battle made it in because, again, you're seeing a lot more Predators. Like, Predator is an interesting champion, like, very inconsistent. But, oh, another Maria player. Yeah, maybe that's why I kept it in. Interesting. Let's go ahead a little bit. I couldn't really sheep anybody else. You don't want to do that to the Predator, right? So over here I try to strip the stone skin, I don't get it, and I try to nuke. Predator hit his deceivingly hard here. That almost did enough. So yeah, this team almost took us down. Of course, like, you still have to kill Mariska, and then I come back again, I get another chance, but that Predator almost 100-0 us, right? Alright, so looks like we got a rematch here for the next one. If you remember this player, I think the first time around he kind of misplayed the Queen of Hearts versus Marius interaction. He should have just went with the nuke instead of going for the buff. And that cost him the game, right? I like rematches because, you know, hopefully you learn something every time. So hopefully he doesn't do that again versus us. And let's see what happens here. So yes, he's got the Arbiter, right? In block buffs, block debuffs. So I'm smart enough not to bring Calvalax this time, so we're not fighting 3 versus 4. Everybody else is in stone skin. Over here he does the strip. Our Queen of Hearts is stripped. Our wand procs on the Fabian. The Mariska also gets stripped. The lightning cage didn't protect there, but crucially, our Maria didn't get stripped, right? Won the 50-50 there. So, okay. So here, you want to go for the highest threat. Now, my Mariska had the block debuffs one, specifically to counter things like Carnage, right? But that got stripped. So right now, the highest threat is actually not Marius anymore. It's that Carnage, because if Carnage puts block passives on my Mariska, it's really bad. Like, once Mariska dies, it won't revive anybody. It's gonna spread. It's just a bad time. So Right now the highest threat is Carnage instead of Marius. I sheep the Carnage. Okay, so it goes like that. He does the big nuke. Now I have the bone plating on Maria, so generally Maria will survive that. The rest of them not so lucky. Right here I do the buff and I get extra turn. I go for the kill, I think, on the Marius, and then they get the block damage on everybody, right, because of Odin's passive. At this point, my Maria haven't taken a single turn yet. His Arbiter still has revive, so he revives, and then probably, yeah, does that. Yeah, that skill, excellent usage because he stripped one of my buffs. He does the decreased buff duration on Arbiter, the A2. And that means my Maria currently don't have 3 buffs anymore. I think it just got rid of the bone plating, so it would also work if you just A1 the Maria, but that got rid of the 3 buffs, so now I can't get an extra turn. One attack. So turn 1, just kill the Marius again. Okay, this is the interaction, right? Maria's passive reads like if you revive someone on your team and then you kill Maria, Maria is gonna come back to life and is gonna fear everybody, true fear everybody. So Odin's skill both kills and revives. When that happens, Maria will come back. Now his wand on Odin procced and my Maria is true feared. It procced true fear on everybody else. Here my Marichka still has the cleanse, so I cleanse. Okay, and he got feared. Now this is my second turn, right? I don't have 3 buffs, but look at everybody's HP. The Carnage is, I think, right about 50%. The Marius is about just over 50%. The A3 will do splash damage against targets below 66%. So you don't want to target either Carnage or Marius because they'll get splash damaged. Over here, I remember Arbiter already used the revive, so she is kind of useless. Like, she's not a high threat anymore. Right now the highest threat is Odin, and Odin has 3 buffs. If I use A3 here, it's gonna guarantee to strip his buffs because it's in multiples of 3. Like, Maria is super complicated. Like, you are always counting turns, you're counting buffs, you're counting enemy buffs, you're looking at their HP percentage. Like, it's not for the casual player, right? So here I think I should target the Odin. Please don't target Marius. Come on, you can do better than this. Yes, okay. I targeted Odin and I killed splash damage, killed both Marius and the Carnage, and the Arbiter doesn't have revive just yet. So I think that's probably game. I get extra turn, just of course, right? 18%. Still has fear on, and that's game. Opponent left. Yeah, so that was a good match, a good rematch. I enjoy rematches, right? Over here, pretty standard. We got Marius, nice, Armands because Fabian is taken. Like, just really excellent S tier arena champions, right? So far so good. I picked Queen of Hearts because Queen of Hearts counters Marius. If the Queen of Hearts is on the enemy team, your Marius can never do the A3, right? You just either get feared, get ally attacked, or get decreased defense, which lowers Marius' damage output a lot. So Queen of Hearts counters Marius. Okay, here, they're faster than us, of course. They got the Lazarus and Shujin. Nobody's in any kind of protection. Like, that's a little bit too cocky for me. I understand you're super fast and you probably is in a go first strategy, but at least I think you can put your nuker, the Marius, in like some kind of protection, right? This is too cocky. Like, it's asking for Cavalax, asking for like things like the whatchamacallit, Hegemon and Necro Aleo. Here, he doesn't go for the boost. My Fabian actually cuts in and get his skill. Now Fabian got turned into a sheep, I think by the Armand's polymorph, but before he got turned into a sheep, we increased cooldown of the first champion that he picked. He didn't put Armand's the sheep champion at the very beginning of the turn order. I think we went over this. So his first champion is Marius. Marius got skill cooldown increased. Everybody else after the polymorph got protected, right? So we got turned into a sheep, but we did strip everybody, so we get an extra turn on Fabian. So the sheep attacks, we don't get lucky, don't transform back. It's okay. Yeah, that's the sheep. The sheep is in the second position, so his third and fourth champion got protected, but the first one, Marius, still got skill cooldown increased. Over here, I think he's thinking, because everybody else still has skills, right? He's thinking what to do. He boosted Marius, who doesn't have any skills, so he's just an A1. My Embrace still has Stone Skin, so I'm not too sure like what we're trying to accomplish here. Just put some damage on Marichka maybe. Okay, so Marichka here, I think I cleanse, right? I have a lot of enfeeble on myself, and then here I strip the buffs on Marius. I put the Death Brand on him, so if he dies, he is block revived. And then this is where my Chrono Cube kicks in, right? I have got a mythical relic Chrono Cube, which is, I think, the best in slot for a champion like Queen of Hearts. It just makes her so much more threatening. Like, if she gets a turn, she can strip everybody, put the Death Brand, and then immediately get another turn and ally attack, and then block revive that champion. Like, she a lot of times will just win games on her own if you have the Chrono Cube mythical relic. So that one is a very, very powerful combo. It doesn't work well with mythical champions, but for legendary champions, I was looking at all the legendary champions. I was thinking Queen of Hearts probably benefit the most from this. So my Chrono Cube procs, I think, is 90% chance to proc, and then we attack, right? Marius dice, I think that's game. And this is before Embrace, my nuker, even took a single move, single turn. The game is done. Yeah. So that was that. Just a little bit of recap. That's all the matches. This is what happened, right? So this is Outsmarting Live Arena. I hope you enjoyed today's topic on the optimal composition of like Go second team. And I'll catch you on the next one, right? Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye now.